Spying and betrayal is just a stage, really, for a greater exploration of the human condition. I think what's fascinating about this film is that it actually explores individuality, character, and whether we are empty vessels as humans. And I think what's quite interesting is that Errol and David have this preoccupation, which is actually history is chaos. Underneath it all, there is no meaning. There's a sort of absurdism. And I think why the film, I believe, is a masterpiece from Errol Morris is because that shared preoccupation means they're exploring common ground.
The book cried out for some kind of visual representation. He's a very visual writer, and the Pigeon Tunnel in particular, a whole set of parables and aphorisms that lend themselves to some visual realization. It's ideal. I loved it.
My dad had a very complicated childhood, and his father was a confidence trickster, a crook, really quite a seriously bad person. And you know, my dad had a tough time growing up, which was never something he complained about. He always felt that was sort of fed his creative muse. And I think here in the film he talks about his childhood more than I've ever heard him talk about before, and it goes right to the core of who he is and what drove him to write, I think.
Le Carre, our dad, and Errol, in a way they have quite a bleak view of humanity, you know, that you see it in their work. There's not a cynicism, but a reflection on the state of humanity in that sense. But I also hope what you see in the film in Le Carre, but also in the way that Errol navigates that, you see a real connection with the positives of humanity. You see humor, you see a real joy in storytelling and the capacity of individuals to make change.